How's it going, Henry family? Hope you guys are all doing well and welcome back to the channel. We're out here on the range today and we're going to be having some fun doing a little bit of testing with the 17 HMR and 22 Magnum. Today I've got the pump action 22 Magnum here as well as the Frontier 17 HMR, and we are going to be doing a little penetration testing and speed testing. I've got several different types of ammunition here. They are very comparable to each other across the two cartridges. We have a 20 grain jacketed hollow point Hornady XTP for the 17 HMR. We also have a 17 grain VMAX ballistic tip for the 17 HMR. And then moving into the 22 Magnum here, we have a jacketed hollow point 40 grain maxi mag for the 22 Magnum. And then we also have a 30 grain VMAX ballistic tip for the 22 Magnum. So we have ballistic tip, VMAXs, and jacketed hollow points for both of these different cartridges. And I'm excited to see what the results will be when it comes down to speed and penetration. I think we're gonna start off by shooting the 17 HMR. I've got my Henry Frontier 17 HMR here. We've got this one topped off with a Leupold 3-9 scope here. You know, this thing has been great. It's a great flat shooting gun. It's fantastic for 100+ yards on varmints. We took it prairie dog hunting the other day. My wife actually shot this one and she really enjoyed shooting it. So I'm very interested to see what the difference is between these two different types of bullets we have here for this with the 17 grain VMAX and the 20 grain XTP jacketed hollow points. See if the penetration's any different. We've used both on different types of varmints. Even out to distance, they've both worked well. But it'd be interesting to see what the gel block will tell us. I think we're gonna start with the 17 grain VMAX here. Let's see how well this little guy will perform. All right, got a good shot there on the gel block. Looks like we've got a number here as well. 2,568 feet per second there out of the 17 HMR with that 17 grain VMAX. Let's run down range here and see what the ballistic gel looks like. All right, let's see what kind of results we got here, guys. Come over here to the side where we can see it. That was that 17 grain VMAX. As you can see, guys, that VMAX just absolutely exploded. We did not get a whole lot of penetration. I'd say maybe 6 to 7 inches of penetration at most. You got the bullet right here, but about an inch and a half in, you can see this bullet just came apart. Absolutely explosive. This is going to be a good long range bullet, as well as, you know, if you want to put something down quick, like small game, things like that's going to be fantastic on small game. But a very explosive bullet there with that VMAX. Not going to get a ton of penetration, but if you're looking for an explosive bullet, that VMAX is going to do pretty darn good. And I know it's very accurate out of that Frontier as well. So let's go back now and try that XTP hollow point. I'll see if I can get it right over here, and we'll compare the two right next to each other. All right, guys, so I think we got a perfect shot there where we're going to be able to see both of these right next to each other. We got some really good speed out of that 20 grain hollow point as well. Looks like 2,501 feet per second. That's pretty smoking fast, even for a little bit heavier bullet. All right, let's see what we got going on. We stacked them right on top of each other here, which is what my hope was. And let me tell you what, right now, we've got a huge difference here in penetration. Here's the VMAX. That went in, like I said, maybe 6-7 inches. And we got, you know, a good foot dang near, you know, over halfway through the block with that XTP hollow point. So the hollow point definitely penetrated better, didn't come apart as bad, but as you see here, guys, the wound channel is fantastic. You know, the bullet held together a lot better, but yet we still have a really good wound channel. I mean, that's just a great representation of these two bullets right next to each other there. Well, Henry family, as you saw there, some very interesting results with the 17 HMR. I think both of these rounds are going to do fantastic in different applications, but I'll let you guys decide which one you think would work best for you. As you guys know, 17 HMR is very fast, as we saw there on the chronograph, and it's gonna be a very flat shooting rifle, even at long distances. So now, let's try these two different types of 22 Magnums out of the Henry pump action 22 Magnum and see how they compare to the 17 HMR. I think we're gonna start with the VMAX, just like we did with the 17 HMR. Chronograph still on. See if we can make a good shot here in the gel. See what kind of results we can get. All right, so definite difference in speed there. Looks like we got 2,126 feet per second. So we still got plenty of speed there with the 22 Magnum and that VMAX. Let's run down here and check the gel block. All right, made it down here to the gel block, guys. Looks like we got impact right here. And kind of a similar story as the VMAX 17 grain 17 HMR. Got a lot of explosive power right here at the beginning, but not a ton of penetration. As you can see, that 17 over here, the XTP hollow point, the jacketed hollow point, actually penetrated further than this VMAX did in the 22 Magnum. Looks like the VMAX penetrated maybe an inch, if that, further than the 17 grain 17 HMR VMAX, and then that XTP hollow point, you know, penetrated quite a bit further. So it does look like the VMAX 22 Magnum maybe held together just a little bit more, but still definitely not fantastic penetration there. So let's go back and try that Maxi Mag jacketed hollow point in the 22 Magnum and see how it compares to these three. All right, there's the last one there. Definitely a difference in speed on that one. We're looking at 1,839 feet per second there on the Maxi Mag out of this pump action Henry. Let's go check the gel block. Okay guys, coming around here to this side, and right here below we got the VMAX 22 Magnum here, and we've got that Maxi Mag hollow point right here, guys, and we've got some really good results here. This is by far one of my favorite 22 Magnum rounds that I have tested in the past. Got great penetration here, over 3/4 of the way through the gel block. An unbelievable wound channel, really good. As you guys can see there, the wound channels between the VMAX and that Maxi Mag really aren't that different as far as how wide they are, but we get way more penetration here. As you can see, the 22 Magnum VMAX is right here where my finger is, and you know, we've got almost double the penetration there. So that Maxi Mag's a fantastic little round, and VMAX is going to be fine too, but if you want a good bone buster, something that's going to penetrate real good, maybe on bigger stuff, say bobcats, foxes, coyotes, you know, things like that, Maxi Mag's going to be absolutely fantastic. All right, Henry family, some pretty cool results there with the speed test and the gel block test between the 17 HMR and 22 Magnum. As we probably knew starting out, that 17 HMR is definitely faster than that 22 Magnum. It's going to be great for longer range shooting, you know, 100+ yards. We used it out on a prairie dog town the other day, and it did fantastic at those longer distances. It's a very accurate round. You know, as far as bullets go, just pick the right bullet for the job. If you need something that is, you know, has a little more shrapnel, maybe a little more explosive round, that 17 grain VMAX is going to be great. If you want a little more penetration, a little more bone busting ability, you know, check out a jacketed hollow point, something similar to that 20 grain XTP. And then guys, moving to that 22 Magnum, you know, it's tried and true. The 22 Magnum is hard hitting. It's going to be a great round for maybe, you know, 100 yards and in. I know I love it for a little bit larger game, maybe like raccoons, foxes, bobcats, things like that. I've even taken coyotes with a 22 Magnum. It's a fantastic little round. And as you guys saw there, you know, bullet choice makes a difference with that 22 mag as well. You know, that VMAX is going to be maybe better for smaller game, maybe a little bit longer distance shooting as well. Not quite as much penetration, but a little more explosive, more shrapneling type round there. Probably fantastic for prairie dogs with that 30 grain VMAX. But man, one of my favorites is definitely that Maxi Mag 40 grain jacketed hollow point. Great penetration and fantastic wound channels. It's the best of both worlds. It's gonna be great. I mean, I would not be scared to even take down larger things with this, like coyotes and stuff like that. So, you know, bullet choice makes a big difference, guys. But across the board, the 17 HMR and 22 Magnum are fantastic Magnum rimfires. They're definitely a little bit different, but can be used in some of the same applications as well. If I was gonna make the choice, I'd definitely pick the 17 HMR over the 22 Magnum at longer distance shots. And if I'm gonna be trying to take down maybe a little bit larger game at closer range, that 22 Magnum, that harder hitting, heavier bullet is gonna definitely do the job. Well, Henry family, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I definitely enjoyed bringing it to you, and hopefully it was educational and you guys learned something. I know I definitely did. I enjoy doing tests like this. They're always a lot of fun, and it's cool to see what kind of results you end up with. Until next time, guys, God bless, and remember, if it's not made in America, it's not gonna be made at all. We'll see you in the next one.